Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you the different parts of a stitch. Okay, so let's start from the chain stitch. So in a chain stitch, on the top of the chain you have these little V's. Okay, so when we count the number of chains, we count these V's. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain stitches here. And you would have noticed in some patterns they say crochet into the back loops of the chain. What does the back loop mean? A back loop is basically these little bumps at the back of the chain. So when you crochet into these back loops, what happens is the structure of the chain stitch is retained. I'm just making a couple of single crochets here. So basically, when you crochet onto the back bumps, you can see that we are forming these chain stitches here without affecting the chain stitches at the bottom, as opposed to when you normally do it, the chain stitch, the foundation chain, it is disturbed. You can see the difference right here. Okay. So in places where you need the chain stitches, or if you do not want to make a foundation chain but still want to maintain the chain stitches intact, there you can use this method to form your stitches. Okay. Now let us get into the parts of a single crochet. So I have a few single crochets here. In a single crochet, there are a few other loops as well. The most common one is our front loop and back loop, that is the top of the single crochet. So this is the front of the single crochet and this is the back side of single crochet. The loop that is at the front of the single crochet, where you see these little V's, right? You see these little V's here. This is the front of the single crochet. The loop that is on top of it, this one, is the front loop. And the loop that is at the back is the back loop. Okay. Apart from this, there are few other loops in a single crochet. Okay. So this is the golden loop right here. So a golden loop is a loop that you use to adjust the length of your stitch. So basically in a single crochet, this is your golden loop. Okay, so when I adjust this loop, I can make the single crochet taller or shorter. Okay, so basically when you close the single crochet, this loop right here is the golden loop. For some stitches, we'll be crocheting into the golden loop as well. Similarly, at the back, you see these bars here. So this is called the third bar or the third loop. Okay. So in a single crochet, this is the front loop, this is the back loop, this is the golden loop, and this is the third bar. Okay. Now let us move on to the parts of a half double crochet or double crochet. Okay, or any stitch that involves a yarn over. So as I told you, so this is the yarn over, and in this one is the golden loop. Okay. So in some cases, we first crochet into the yarn over. So for example, here, if I'm pulling it out of this first loop, I'm pulling it out of the yarn over loop. Okay. So this loop right here is the yarn over loop. Okay. So this is the yarn over loop, and this is the golden loop. In any stitch, you will have a yarn over loop and you'll have a golden loop. For example, when you do a triple crochet, the last loop here is the yarn over loop. So when the stitch demands you to pull out of just the yarn over, that means you're just pulling out of the first loop. You have to pull out the golden loop out of the yarn over loop. So these are the parts of the stitches that we'll be using to create some fancy stitches, especially in herringbone pattern. Okay. So do try these out, and if you have any more doubts or if you have any more clarification about the structure of the stitches, do ping us in the comment section. We will definitely get back to you.